Hey everyone, what's up? My name is Luke, and this is my review for Seventh Son. So Seventh Son stars Jeff Bridges, Ben Barnes, and Julianne Moore, and this is a fantasy movie. It's kind of trying to be like, I don't know, I guess you could say The Lord of the Rings, or maybe more so like Jack the Giant Slayer. It kind of gives me that same vibe that movie gave me, and this is another movie a lot like Jupiter Ascending, where you don't really understand what the hell is going on, or what's supposed to be happening, or characters' motives. It's a lot like Jupiter Ascending in that respect, but it's such a simplistic story that should be so basic and easy to follow, but the movie does such a good job of making everything way too complex and hard to grasp and understand. That's exactly what Seventh Son did. Now, this movie was supposed to come out a year ago, and I was just dreading seeing this movie. I saw the first trailer for it a little over a year and a half ago, maybe, and let me just get this right off the bat. These are not my kind of movies. I kind of have a strong distaste for like fantasy movies like this, and I just really was dreading going into seeing Seventh Son, but then it got delayed for a year, so I was like, alright, I'll be safe for 1 year. Now it finally is upon me, and I saw the movie, and I will say that watching it wasn't as excruciating as I thought it would have been, but it's still just a really bad movie. Jeff Bridges, he kind of fits into this role, I guess. He's like this leader, this like master, and he has an apprentice that always has to follow him around. He's a teacher. He's kind of like the giver, and he's good at playing that role. It's just that you can totally tell that it's Jeff Bridges. Julianne Moore is who doesn't fit in whatsoever. She just does not work in this movie. She plays like the witch and she's the villain, and you just don't really ever get to know much about her character, and you don't really care about her character, and it was kind of a mess. Ben Barnes plays like the hero or the apprentice in this movie, and he was Prince Caspian in the Narnia movies, and he's basically only been in movies like Narnia and Seventh Son, so I really haven't seen his range as an actor, but he did a fine job, I guess, playing the guy who's supposed to be following Jeff Bridges. Kit Harington is also in this movie, who plays Jon Snow in Game of Thrones. I was really happy to see him, but he got offed way too quickly, so sorry if I spoiled anything right there, but it happens in literally the first like 5 or so minutes of the movie. This movie is just filled with a lot of low-par CGI that isn't very convincing and not fun to look at whatsoever. Some of the action scenes are decently entertaining, I guess you could say. Now, in my opinion, one of the biggest problems with this movie is this kind of sense of disconnect between like the characters and transportation in this movie. There's literally a scene where our main character, I guess you could say, Ben Barnes, is like taking a bath in a lake or something, and this girl that he kind of has a crush on appears out of nowhere. Like, he's out in the middle of the woods, like far off in a distant land, and she's all of a sudden there, and they just have a casual conversation, and then she leaves, and she's just gone, and he doesn't see her again in that setting. And it doesn't make much sense, because there are witches in this movie who have that kind of magic to be able to appear and reappear like that, but it doesn't ever show you that she actually did that. And his character didn't know that she was a witch. And it just boggles my mind how that character can think, oh yeah, this is totally normal that this girl is right here, like 20,000 miles away from where she's supposed to be with me right now, to have one little conversation, and then she's all of a sudden just gone. There are lots of situations like that in this movie, and it's just so stupid, and I don't understand why they can't get the point across or make it clearly shown in the movie, just like a little shot of her like appearing with smoke flying around, making her seem like she's a witch, but instead she just randomly appears for what seems to be no reason to the audience, and that's something that really sucks about Seventh Son. Overall, this movie really just isn't good. It wasn't as horrible as I thought it was going to be. I could actually sit through it and just kind of pay attention to it, but it just is not a well-made movie with performances that are just kind of lost by a bad script, and I'm going to give Seventh Son 1.5 out of 5 stars. I would never watch it again. It just isn't enjoyable, and that's my review. So you guys, this is Luke signing off. Please subscribe, and I will talk to you later.